Alrighty, everybody. What is up, y'all? Welcome back to another stream, you guys. Also, hold on a minute. Why is this like this? Hold on. I don't know why my scenes got all messed up. I had to move my computer because I came in my new room here that you can see different color in the background and stuff. But anyways, what's up, you guys? What's up, Kaylee? What's up, JECP? Looks like it could be an enhanced risk today to me. It's too early to tell, honestly. You know, you got to remember that models can still deviate. They can still, I should really say oscillate. They can go back and forth for a little bit. Still, nothing is certain, but confidence has increased because of, everything. What's up, Haley? Good to see you. Hope you are doing well. But anyways, guys, so yeah, the first things first is that Storm Prediction Center, they actually put out a risk here for Friday. And if we hop over here to the probabilistic here in a day 5, you can see that right here, this is our risk here. Let's see. Let me actually hide this panel. I don't know. My scenes got all kind of messed up whenever I moved my stuff, man. I don't know what happened. But yeah, you guys can see here. So this is for Friday. Got a bit of a severe weather threat for like Louisiana, for portions of like Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, Arkansas, a little bit of Missouri, and even a little bit of like extreme southern Illinois here. Right now it's a 15% severe weather threat here from the Storm Prediction Center here. So definitely got to be on the lookout here. We definitely got to keep a close eye on this here. What's up, JP? Good to see ya. Hope you're doing well. What's up, D? Good to see you. I don't know if I already said that or not. But it's good to see you guys. Hope everyone's doing well. But right now there's no breakdown, between the tornado threat percentage, the hail percentage, or the damaging winds, anything like that right now. So the only thing we can tell you at the moment, we can go over models and stuff too and kind of show you where everything's at the moment and my personal opinion on everything. But right now the main thing is there is now a risk from the official Storm Prediction Center. So we now have a threat here for the areas in yellow. Now, they did mention on Saturday, maybe there could be some continuation. But as of now, it seems pretty low, per se. So we'll have to see what happens on Saturday. There could be, as the cold front continues, there could be possibly an extension, maybe of some severe weather. So we'll have to see how that goes. How's my night been? It's been pretty good. Hope yours has been good as well. But anyways, let's hop into models here. I don't know why my scenes are messed up. I apologize for this. I don't know. I probably should have checked just to make sure. Oh, there we go. All right. Well, that's better. But yeah, I probably should have checked to make sure everything was good to go before I went live here. What's up, Roach? Good to see ya. See, it's Chris. In case you forgot, my username is going to be in the 60s here in DC, Maryland area with some showers Friday, Saturday, but drop in the mid 40s. Yeah, it's going to be cooling down a lot of places for sure. But here's the GFS, you guys. So this is, I'll list out the names or the time here because my time thing got a little messed up here. But anyway, so as we approach into the 8th, which the 8th, I believe, is on, what is that, Thursday? So on Thursday, we're going to have this low really kick up across the Midwest here, driving some rain, through the Midwest and stuff like that. And this is going to be sparking that cold front. We're going to start to have that dry, cooler air mass from up north come down, make things cooler as we do have warm air coming up from the south, ahead of the cold front here. Now, this is going to be driving a bit of cooler air, but it's not really until Friday is when we have that severe weather threat. Like I said, what we just looked at there a minute ago, this is the risk for Friday. This is brand new from the SPC. Once again, they did talk about Saturday, but it's just a little too early. You can see right here, day 6/Saturday remains low. So we'll see what happens there. We'll definitely keep an eye on it. We'll keep you guys posted with everything. But once I first saw this, I was like, yeah, we definitely got to go over this here for today. But yeah, we do have that cold front that kicks up. There could even be a little bit of winter weather involved, for some of the western Great Lakes. It could be a possibility. but we'll definitely keep an eye on it. And it also, we'll actually kind of get a second low developing here, possibly right around the 10th. And this could even kick up even more winter weather and stuff like that. So we got kind of a little nasty storm system that's kind of starting to brew up here. So let me actually bring you guys here. Let's bring these models over here. Let's remove this. Let's go ahead and here's what we're gonna do. Actually, we're gonna pull up first of all the American GFS model. We're gonna look at the upper air. We're gonna pull up lower level wind shear, which is really important for like storm organization, including tornadoes and stuff like that. So we'll definitely look out there for that overall. Oh my goodness, D, thank you for the 5. I appreciate it. Saying watching out for my friends in Huntsville. I really appreciate that, D. Thank you very, very much. That is greatly appreciated. As of right now, Huntsville is actually outside of the main 15%. I mean, we'll keep an eye on it if it could be, extended because, of course, things can still shift around here and there, but thank you, D. That was really greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. But like I was saying, we got to really watch these lower level winds here because those are key to tornadic activity too. If you have a lot of strong lower level wind shear, it could really get that spin going here. Anyways, let's go ahead and bring up our instability here too. We'll bring up our mixed layer cape. This is the instability in the atmosphere. Pretty much the fuel for these storms here. So if we bring that up as well, let's see, as you can kind of see, once we work away into Friday, you can see we have a little bit of instability here, kind of working its way up here into the Midwest. But you can also see that we have quite a strong lower level jet in place. I mean, a lot of the area here is going to be probably 40, 50 knots of lower level shear. That's pretty strong. That's because of that low that's kicking up here. The strengthening of that low is increasing the winds in the lower atmosphere, not just the lower atmosphere, but also, pretty much all layers of the atmosphere. So that's definitely going to be a bit of a concern here. But like I said, with the instability overlapping here, of course, we're going to be having ourselves, that severe weather concern here. But let's actually bring up the Euro. I'm curious to see what the ECMWF has on this here. So let me bring that up here. So here's Euro. So Euro also shows that really strong jet stream here. Let's bring up our instability here, though, too. We'll see what the European model suggests. But you can really see, this is for Thursday going in. They're going to be driving a lot more cooler temperatures yet again for a lot of, like, the central country and stuff. So let's see here. Ballot says, if I have time, can I check on northern Alabama for the zip code? Yeah, I got you. I could do this for you. Let's hop on back here. Pull up this. Okay, so you are actually outside of the risk for you're outside of the risk here for Friday, which is good. But we'll still keep an eye on it. We're still kind of monitoring to see what's going to happen. Maybe even on Saturday, there could be an extension for possible severe weather even Saturday. Here, let me bring up my the towns and stuff here so I can actually show. Let's see, that's state settings, county settings, settlement. This should give it. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. So right now the risk areas per se from the Storm Prediction Center are for northwestern Alabama, like Florence, Russellville, Hamilton. Those areas here have that 15% risk for severe weather. And like I said, right now there is no exact probability from the SPC, the percentage for tornadoes, the percentage for hail or damaging winds, that right now that's not available. But it will be in Arkansas here and some of the states by the Midwest, Ohio Valley, like Kentucky, little sliver of Indiana just outside of Evansville, southern Illinois. So we'll definitely need to look out for that. Let's see here. Well, the severe weather risk get extended into Missouri. No. Where you're at, you're up in Kansas City. No, that's not going to go out there. Let's see. What's up, Mark? Good to see you, man. Hope you are doing well. It's good to see you. Let's see. What's up, Braven? Let's see here. What about Jackson, Tennessee, please? Yeah, of course. I got you. So Jackson's actually in that 15% risk here. So you guys do need to monitor the weather. So if you're in the yellow, here's what you guys need to do. You just need to monitor it. Just keep an eye on it. There's no action that needs to be taken right now. So try not to worry about it either. I mean, like I said, there's a lot of things that can still change between now and then. But like I said, the Storm Prediction Center has now officially added a risk area for Friday. But yeah, Jackson is included, and I believe that the main concerns out of this event is going to be damaging winds to start. I think that's going to be the main concern. As the cold front rolls through, there's going to be a pretty good amount of potential damaging winds included. It's hard telling exactly how strong yet, but likely in the ballpark of around 60, maybe 70 mile an hour wind gusts. Too early to tell though, but we'll see what happens. But between that, maybe even a regional tornado threat, could be a bit of a concern. But for Jackson, you are in the risk. We do need to be monitoring it for Friday. So, anyways, let's see here. Thanks for checking. Yeah, no problem. Let's see here. Rain says Kansas isn't even going to say severe weather. No, out of this event, no. This system is, as of right now, a severe threat for pretty much some of the South and like the kind of Tennessee, Ohio. I don't know. It's kind of in a weird area. It's like between the Midwest, between the Ohio Valley and like the Tennessee Valley area. I mean, a lot of eastern Tennessee is where the mountains are. Out west, I don't think there's much mountains out here. But yeah, it's just kind of in a weird area. But basically, like western Tennessee, western Kentucky, southern Illinois, southeastern Missouri, eastern Arkansas, central northern Mississippi, northwestern Alabama, and like kind of northeastern, and kind of north central Louisiana included there too. So, but anyways, so yeah, that's that. We'll definitely be monitoring that. We'll definitely keep you guys, in the loop here for severe weather over the next several days. So anyways, but yeah, like I said, one of the big things that a lot of people are going to be feeling is the temperatures. It is definitely going to get pretty chilly, actually. And matter of fact, here's the, let's see, this is the European model's take on this. Now, obviously, this is going into the weekend, which is still a week out, basically. But you can see, I mean, we could be dealing with quite a bit of a cool down yet again. I mean, in the Midwest here, maybe the 20s. Up north, perhaps, even down into the single digits potentially, towards like Minnesota, North Dakota, whatever. I mean, it's going to be another cold blast, it looks like, for sure. But here's the thing, everybody. So before the cold front happens, you get warm air advection. So basically you get yourself here, let me actually make this look a little bit better for you guys. So basically, before a cold front hits, you get a lot of warm air that actually pulls up ahead of it. That's what defines the cold front, is the change from the warm air mass to the cold air mass behind it. So let me bring up my pen here so I can draw on the screen. Hopefully it actually works today, which it looks like it will. So we get a low that develops, right? So here's a low. And essentially, because of the nature of that movement, the counterclockwise movement, it's going to be dragging up warm air from the south, which it's obviously warmer down there, more direct sunlight, stuff like that. So it's going to be bringing up that warm air into the country. And of course, where there's there's less direct sunlight up north, it's going to be bringing down the cooler air. And that line of which the two air masses that's your cold front. So basically, that's kind of what we're seeing here. So it's going to be a warm up to begin with. You're going to notice the temperatures increase for a little bit before the cold front hits. And once the cold front hits, then we are going to have, the cooler, drier air pull in from the backside. So warm, moisture-filled air to begin with in the South, Midwest, even the Ohio Valley. I mean, we're talking some pretty warm temps here. I mean, we're talking like 60s, kind of spring-like temperatures, right? So we're going to be seeing that, and then once the cold front comes through, then we're going to be dealing with quite a bit of cool air. Once again, kind of back down into the winter, the winter feel-like temps essentially. So, anyways, Haley, I think it's on your end, yeah, because the audio still works over here. Like I can see my little audio meter working, so it's telling me that the mic's working. Yeah, just check your end, maybe restart your app or whatever. That might fix it. So yeah, we'll definitely keep an eye on it. And like I said, once again here, looking at the instability and stuff here, you can see the fuel for these storms. I mean, we really start to build in the fuel. Even like Thursday, kind of Thursday, we have a little bit of fuel for storms out here. According to the Euro here. What's up, Carrot? Good to see you, dude. It's been a minute. Yep, so you can see there's a pretty dry mid-level atmosphere there. We got a little bit of instability available. We got good dew points. I mean, we're looking pretty decent. I mean, there could be some storms, of course, here for Thursday even. I don't know if they're going to be severe or anything like that. It seems like Friday we're going to have a lot more stronger lift, per se, with that cold front kind of pushing really hard on Friday. So Friday, yeah, is going to be the main day. From the way it looks like it, Friday's definitely going to be like the main day here that we got to look out for. Anyways. Let's see here. What's up, Michael? Good to see ya. Saying, hey, Andrew. Wondering if with all the warm, dry air, is there a tornado or fire threats in the Midwest? Well, I'll tell you what. So the warm air that's coming up is not going to be dry. It's actually going to be pretty moisture filled. That's what's giving these storms, the moisture and stuff like that. So, to start, it's going to actually be warm, moisture-filled air. And once that cold air mass behind the cold front comes through, that is when we're going to have cool, drier air. Now, as of now, I mean, I can look up the SPC. I don't think we have anything right now, anything super crazy. We do actually, you know what? For today, we do for Texas. Here, I'll quickly show this real quick. Oh my gosh, it's so bright. So yeah, you can see Texas here. We do have, if it'll let me actually pull it up. There we go. So yeah, for Texas, we do have actually a critical risk for today. Then tomorrow we have an elevated risk up north, but you can check that out at the SPC's website here. We don't. I mean, we talk about fire weather sometimes, but main concern for today is just talking about the severe weather and stuff. But anyways. But yeah, I mean, if you guys do have any questions, be sure to let us know. I'm going to hop you guys back over here. So like I said, this is the actual risk here from the Storm Prediction Center. So this is the threat that we do have here for Friday. And once again, you can see the yellow areas here. This is where we have that risk here from the Storm Prediction Center. This is where the Storm Prediction Center believes that there could be some severe weather. So once again, obviously this includes, if you know anybody in these states, if you're in these states, monitor them, and if you know anybody in these states, let them know, okay? So the following, or this includes the following, right? So we have kind of northern, northeastern Louisiana. We have a lot of central northern Mississippi, eastern Arkansas, central western Tennessee, extreme northwestern Alabama, western Kentucky, extreme southeastern Missouri, extreme southern Illinois, and that's pretty much more the main threat is going to be here for the severe weather threat on Friday. And like I said, we'll have to continue to watch and see what happens on Saturday. SPC, they mentioned Saturday is going to need to be watched, but as of now, the risk appears to be too low, which is why they did not issue a risk area for Saturday. And that's why it's only for Friday. But, we'll have to see what happens with it here. Let's hop back over here to the models and stuff here. And you can see all the instability here. I mean, we have, some of it building in for Thursday. Of course, we go into Friday, which is the main day. You can see that's where we have a lot of instability, potentially a decent amount, for storm and stuff like that. So we'll have to see. Then as we go into Saturday, I mean, we could have some lingering storms potentially in the deep south, possibly towards the I'm gonna try to get away from my mic a little bit. Possibly here towards, like the far eastern Gulf Coast, essentially. So there could be some more severe weather here on Saturday. It's just right now the predictability is a little bit too low at the moment. So let's see here. Carrot says Kentucky risk. Yes, Friday we do have a threat for Western Kentucky here. This includes like Paducah. Right there near Owensboro, just west of Bowling Green here. So that's where that 15% risk here does, or is at, I should say. And, like I said, it's a little early right now to determine on if this is going to be, it's a little bit too early to tell if this is going to, what percentage we're going to have for the exact probability for tornadoes, hail, damaging winds. Right now, it's a little early for that. And we'll get that information on Wednesday because that'll be the day before the event here. Or that'll be day 2. Hold on a minute. Let's see. Friday's the day of, so we'll have that. Sorry, I lied. Thursday. Thursday's going to be the day where we're going to figure out percentages. My bad. Yep. So we'll figure that out on Thursday. The day before the event is when they start pushing the probabilities, like the exact potential percentage for tornadoes, hail, and damaging winds and stuff like that. So we'll definitely keep an eye on it. We'll definitely keep you guys in the loop here, with everything going on. But yeah, so that's that. So once again, if you know anybody out there, just give them a heads up. Let them know. As a bit of severe weather is going to be a good possibility. A good possibility is what I meant to say. Let's see here. But yeah, I mean, you can see here, I mean, even during this time for Friday, here, let me actually disable that real quickly. So as we work our way into kind of the afternoon of Friday, you can see we do have a decent amount of instability here. And I mean, we do have decent lower level wind shear. I mean, we're talking like 30, maybe 40 knots. That could be a tornado concern here. And let me bring the mid-level shear here. Let's do 500. Did I pull up humidity? Whoops. Let me try that again. Let's do upper air. We'll do winds, 500 millibars. Here we go. So there you go. We kind of have an overlap here of the winds. So here is the upper level winds. Wow, dude. Yeah, the upper level winds are actually pretty darn strong with this system here. Shear, still pretty strong. Yeah, the lower level winds are very important for tornadoes and such. Which, especially for Thursday going into Friday, you can just see how strong these winds do actually get. So pretty crazy. But yeah, guys, like I said, if y'all have any questions or anything, be sure to let us know. Here, let me disable that piece right there. Well, hold on a minute. There we go. I just want to give you guys a full screen view of everything. So once again, this is on Friday. So this is Friday's risk. Louisiana, Mississippi, Arkansas, Tennessee, Alabama, Kentucky, Illinois. You guys are in the risk for severe weather. So be sure to keep a close eye on the weather there, okay? Let's see here. Ken says, I saw something about this earlier, but didn't watch the video. Appreciate the update. I'm in Mobile. We'll be watching this. You're very welcome, dude. No problem. No problem at all. Yeah, as of right now, Mobile's not in the risk area for Friday. We'll see what happens on Saturday, though. Here, let me bring back the models over here for you guys. We'll see what happens on Saturday. If I go ahead and hide this and you just kind of show like the instability and stuff. I mean, there could definitely be enough fuel, for storms here, come Saturday even. So we'll have to see what happens. Let me grab a sounding out there. Just curious to see what things look like. Pretty dry, actually. Mid and upper level atmosphere is actually pretty dry. Instability. Let's see here. I mean, we have enough fuel for storms, definitely. Enough fuel for stuff to happen. We also have a little bit of lower level veering there. Yeah, we'll have to just watch it. We'll have to see. And like I said, right now SPC, they did say that Saturday is a little iffy. Right now it's low confidence. So we'll have to see what happens. I mean, they very well could add another risk here for Saturday, but right now it's